Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tim and Amy's Behind Closed Doors Live. So typically this is when I would turn on the cameras and I would record for our podcast. If you haven't checked out our podcast yet, it is on our YouTube channel, Tim and Amy Murphy. Go on YouTube, check it out. We have a whole playlist, a whole podcast list, lots of fun episodes up there, more coming. But I decided I would do something fun today and do our podcast live. Candid, no editing, here it is. So we're on Facebook right now and we're live. Welcome to Behind Closed Doors.
Why do I get to have my head cut off?
Because your head's big.
No, it's not. It's little.
It's little. Well, it's just a little bit of your hat.
It comes in petite.
It's petite. Okay, so this is our live recording of our podcast. So whenever we do a podcast, see, I don't know if you guys have seen our podcast before, so some of you probably don't even know what I'm even talking about. We have a podcast. It's a video podcast, and it will be uploaded to Spotify soon, but right now it's live on YouTube. You can watch it. Great quality sound. Anyways, so today...
What did you expect for $20?
$20 for what?
Stupid microphones.
Oh, the microphones. Oh, yeah, the fuzzy microphones. Those were so cute. The fuzzy microphones were so cute. Alas, the sound quality, not so cute. Anyways, I'm not using any microphones today, although we could have because we're not in the electric car today. We find the electric car interferes with the sound quality.
Oh my god. How hot do you have? No. You're not touching this when I'm in the car.
Sorry, I'm touching all the controls and
it bothers me.
It bothers him when I micromanage.
There
Whoops.
you go.
Okay, so can we just talk about the volume of my hair today? I'm gonna just say this. Our hair is sponsored from Pharmacy Volume Line. I just shampooed, conditioned, and used the leave-in conditioner for a heat protectant. Blow dried with my air wrap. That was it. Nothing more. Just 3 products and a blow dry. And it is fluffy AF. Like, it is so soft and fluffy. So this episode is brought to you by Pharmacy Volume Line. Okay, so that being said, continue. So Tim never knows the topic of our...
Topic? I didn't know we were going live. I just left the house.
I know, we just left live.
Oh my god.
He didn't
even get the chance to eat my breakfast.
I know. This is what I do to him and he loves it. He loves it.
I loves it. I loves it how you are doing it live. What happens if you say something stupid?
It doesn't matter. This is Behind Closed Doors Live Edition.
What happens if you say something stupid? You won't be
Can't take it back. No, we can't.
If I say something stupid.
No takebacks. This is a live recording of our podcast. So pretend that you will see this on our channel. This is it, but it's live. No takebacks, no edits. So we're recording a podcast right now. So the topic for today is...
eggs. And how great they are for you.
It actually goes hand in hand with what I was going to talk about today.
Oh my gosh, really?
Sort of. The topic for today, for our podcast, is traveling with kids. How we manage traveling for our work.
Foreign.
That's rude. It's how we travel, because right now we are en route to PEI. We have a team event that we're doing.
So basically, how do you travel with kids? You don't bring them.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah. Like, how do we juggle the kids? Because we have kids. Sometimes they come with us, sometimes they don't. But what does that look like? What do we do? How do we manage it? Right?
Yeah.
So, in this instance, our kids are not with us. Oh, snap.
A little bit of shiftage.
There goes the shiftage back there. That's the product. I got a couple of my bins here.
No, I think it's the letters that shifted.
No, that shifted.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That knocked over the letters. So we packed up the bin. So we couldn't bring the kids this trip because we have all these big pharmacy letters.
Here, I'll shift it back. I'll go around the
shift it back. I don't think it's going to go back. Is it squishing something?
I don't know.
Okay.
So you should be looking at that because I'm actually driving. So if there's something that needs to be squished.
Oh, no, it's just against the... It's fine. It's leaning against the suitcase. Okay, so we have our van packed with all these all light up, these pharmacy letters. We had to get a storage unit to store all of our extra things because our garage is just too packed. So these are our light up pharmacy letters. We have 2 bins of product. We have actually a bunch of containers of product. So we got everything. We've got hair, makeup, skin, nutrition. It's all with us in this van. We had to put all the seats down.
Call us. We will travel.
We will travel. We travel to, we went to New Brunswick for an event just recently. We are now going to New Brunswick. Tim was in Montreal.
We got to bring some traveling little letters with us.
Yeah, we need smaller letters. So, when it comes to traveling with kids, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. So this time they're not coming with us because we have no room for them. We wouldn't be able to put them in here. We'd have to put them in a trailer. Well, although, no, we would pack the trailer full of the stuff and the kids could sit in the van.
Maybe we'll put the letters in the trailer.
Put the letter in the trailer. We'd have to get a U-Haul trailer if we were bringing the kids. So Tim's parents have the kids overnight tonight, which is fine. Sometimes, so when we organize bigger trips, like if we go away for a longer period of time.
It really bothers me. My head's still cut off. I don't know why.
It's just a tiny bit of your hat.
Who needs to see this much of me?
Well,
and there's so much more up here.
So they're going to see a tiny little bit of your hat, your sunglasses. That's all it's missing.
I don't wear sunglasses this winter.
Isn't he a diva, you guys? Seriously.
I don't like things when they're not like...
This is what I have to deal with.
I just like things when they're normal.
Is that better for you?
Maybe. You have to move the whole thing, or can you just tilt it?
No, I couldn't tilt it. You're in.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Exactly the same way it was.
Well, how much more of your hat do you want them to see?
It's not my hat. I'm looking right at them. Hey guys, what's up?
But you're not.
Okay.
Okay, this is behind closed freaking doors right now. This is what I deal with.
Oh my god.
Okay, there you go. There. I see the logo on your hat.
I'm not looking for the logo on my hat. I just don't want to be my head cut off. So much for live.
This is the worst live ever.
Okay.
The worst podcast ever.
Okay.
Because Tim
put it up any way
wants
you want.
a little piece of...
I don't want to piss nothing.
There.
Okay.
A little piece of your head. It's still cut off.
I don't care anymore.
I don't care. I never cared in the first place.
I don't care anymore.
Hold on. There we go. Oh, look. No. There we go.
No, you're all cut off inside.
I don't care. I'm not picky. There we go. We are back. Okay, we're back. We're back. So we're talking about traveling with kids and how do we juggle traveling with kids. So, we sometimes don't. Do you want to offer some input?
No.
I feel like you just sit there and you judge me. I feel like he sits there and just judges when I talk all the time.
I do.
Well, tell me what you're judging.
Judgerton? Carry on. You want to talk about the subject, but yet you have not started yet.
I'm just saying how sometimes we take the kids and sometimes we don't. And when we go on locations where we're gone for a period of time, if the kids are not with us, it'll work out. Like Tim's parents will take them on the weekend and my parents will take them during the week. So we have a system.
Okay, but this is how you wanted to talk about bring your kids. So let's talk about bringing the kids, not leaving them at home.
No, I know, but that was part of it too. I wanted to talk about that as well. Like both aspects of how we travel with kids, meaning we have kids and we travel.
But we always travel with them if it's a
lot of times we do.
If it's a considerable trip.
Absolutely, and that's what I want to get into as well.
Because we learned that we always think, oh, we'll go there. It'd be cheaper if just me and you went, or just me go. But what always ends up happening is that we like, oh, geez, the kids will love this, right. And then we end up going twice.
Then we go twice, so it ends up costing us more because we go back with them. For example, we're going to France in May.
Yeah.
And we've been there a bunch of times, and every time we go, we're like, oh, I'd like to bring the kids, I'd like to bring the kids. And now we're bringing the kids, and it's going to cost us a lot because we're going back with the kids. And that's fine.
Had we taken them the first time, they would have already experienced it.
Mm-hmm. So when Eva was a baby, and we would travel with her, we used to get nannies to watch her during, or the kids, like, because the kids were little.
Oh yeah, that's relatable.
So... I'm not talking about being relatable. It just is what it is.
Here you go, fellas. Just hire a nanny.
No, well...
We're going away. Just hire a nanny.
Okay. This isn't going like I planned. Because he's full of beans today.
And plan B. You can't get a nanny. Just drop them off at your parents' house.
So, Tim, okay, this is not... This is what I have to live with, you guys, for real. You want to see the real and raw Tim and Amy? Here it is. So, and thank you, Teresa. My hair is very full. Today's episode is brought to you by Pharmacy Volume Line. Shampoo, conditioner.
Actually, if I may interrupt your commercial.
Okay, you may interrupt.
And I'll add to your commercial. A girl at work who tried pharmacy told me just last night that she tried the Revitalize, the mint green. Is that the volume line?
That's the volume line.
Volume line. She said it made her hair really voluminous. But so much so, she had to put conditioner in just so it could give it some weight.
To tame it down.
To tame it down, because it gave it so much volume.
Yeah. Oh,
just saying.
Just saying. You want volume, it works. This is like
that was a real testimonial last night.
That was awesome to hear that. That's exciting. Is that the girl that got the basket?
Yep.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Yay! Okay, that's really cool. Okay, great feedback on the volume line. You want full fluffy hair? That volume line will do the trick. Okay, so, and I have no extensions in, you guys. None. This is all my own hair. So let's go back to traveling with kids. So traveling with kids, like we did when Eva was little and when the boys were little, when we would stay at locations, we would find local babysitters or nanny services to watch the kids so we could go into our conventions and our trainings. When that wasn't feasible, or like if there wasn't anything around, then what would happen is I would go into the trainings. You'd always see Tim with the kids. So that's what we would do with them. Like Tim, I would go into the trainings and he would take the kids. So he'd always be at the pool. He would always be,
it's a hard knock life
doing stuff
for me.
Like I took some trainings and some masterminds, and we'd bring all the kids down, like to go to Texas or Tennessee when I did got training down there. So I did a bunch of different masterminds.
Texas and Tennessee, two different places.
But we went to both places.
Austin, Texas.
Anyways, we went traveling to the States. And it was for me to do a training. And we could have sent just me down, but Tim had never been at the time. He had never been there. So he's like, well, I want to come too. And I'm like, well, we have the kids and they're so little. Like, I can't leave them here. They're too little. So we decided to bring all the kids. And I remember when I was in my mastermind, Tim was like taking the kids all around in the wagon, touring them all around the city, showing them the city and having fun with them while I'm studying. So we do a lot of that. We do that often. Now that the kids are getting older and they're in school, we don't travel with the kids as much. We do, and we don't. For all the smaller things, like if Tim's just flying in somewhere for a day or two, we've technically recently been sending him out because I film a lot doing TV work, and so I'm away a lot when I'm filming. Like I go to camera in 3 weeks and I'll be gone. Like I'm barely present for a couple weeks. And then when I go to the next show, I'll be gone for like barely present for like a month. So when there's little things to jet away for, little trainings or things that we've started sending him now, where it used to be me all the time. Because I find this time around in this company, this journey, we're really attacking it as a true partnership. Whereas before I led a lot of it and Tim would support me a lot by taking care of the kids, taking care of the host when I'm working and flying and doing all the things. But this time around, we're really splitting it a lot more, which I'm actually enjoying, and it's helping me out mentally with my mental health, because right now we're planning on sending him to a mastermind in February, but it's literally the day before I go to camera for Home Sweet Home. So I'd have to fly to Miami and fly myself back. And it just will be too much for me. So instead I'm like, Tim, you go to the mastermind, you show up, you get the knowledge, you do what you do, bring it back to me, and then, we'll approach it together. So, that's kind of like what we're doing now. We're really approaching it as a team this time. And the kids will stay home this time because they're in school. So I'll be home with them because I'll be home. And if I had to go away anywhere when I start filming, so here's another thing. When I'm filming, Tim's full on dad. He's full on with the kids the whole time I'm filming. I'm in and out, and I'm either on location or I'm filming late or I'm up early, out early. Like I'm erratic with my filming schedule when I'm filming. So we operate like we don't depend on me during filming season when I'm filming, and he takes over everything. But I think we've done a really good job shifting over the years. Like it's looked different as the kids have grown, what it looks like traveling with kids.
So it's all about filling the needs that we had when we started are not the same needs we have now.
Yeah, elaborate on that a little
Are
more.
we gonna have the egg all over the
Maybe. Tim decides to make me eggs. to eat in the car, and he knows how messy I am, and now he's going to complain when I make a mess.
That's because if I had not made the eggs, the first thing you do, the first 5 minutes, you go, I'm hungry, it's time to go eat.
This is
Before we
true.
go even get anywhere.
It's true. So he's feeding me before I leave, so I don't bug to eat, because I will. And I'm doing a really good job, like trying to eat better and all the things. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, so elaborate a little bit more on how the needs of the kids changed over the years as we've been traveling and working our businesses.
Well, luckily, when you started being really active.
Talk loud so they can hear you better.
Oh. Luckily, when you first started getting busy, the boys were not self-sufficient, but it was easy to drop them off at the parents' house because they weren't hard to take care of because they were out of diapers and they entertained themselves.
Right.
It was Eva mainly when we talk about babysitting and childcare.
Right. But when the kids were like...
And we're lucky because I'll tell you, in my experience of traveling and getting babysitters and nannies, Miami is one hell of a place to go and try to get a babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
They start at $50 US an hour, and that's for one kid.
I know, they're expensive.
So you had to have deep pockets for that one, but everyone else was fine. But yeah, Eva was the main, I don't want to say problem, I had mine before I worked out.
Mine's beauty shot.
Oh, I have my
Yours is the L-carnitine. Mine's the beauty shot.
Squirrel.
This part of the episode brought to you by NutriPlus Collagen Beauty Shot.
Some of us don't need beauty shots.
It's helping my skin. It's helping.
I was born this way.
I was born this way. So yeah, we are en route to PEI. We are, how far are we? Where are we about?
You just scrolled about what we do with kids, but anyway.
Just one sec. Yeah, where are we? Because Kimmy asked a question.
We are near the airport.
Okay, we're near the airport. Okay, we're near the airport. We're making our way there. We'll be there soon. We've got lots of hours to go. So yeah, what was the last thing you said about just Eva being, when she was younger, the boys were still self-sufficient. Like the babysitter or the nanny still had to look after them, but they would kind of play on their own. It was more because Eva was so...
Well, no, normally we dropped them at the parents' house.
Well, yeah, we do that too.
But Eva was the one we had to get.
Oh yeah, Eva was the one we'd always bring more. Yeah, the boys stayed home quite a bit when I was nursing. When I was nursing, Eva came with me everywhere, and the boys usually stayed with Nanny and Pa.
I mean, the trick to this video, because you want to talk about traveling with kids, but we can't really take a lot of credit because our kids have always been good at traveling.
They are good at traveling.
Now that might be because we've always traveled with them.
Probably.
So they always had to adjust to time zones. They always had to adjust to weird sleeping schedules. So maybe it's because we did travel that they made them good travelers, or they're inherently good travelers.
I really think so, because we've traveled with our kids since they were so little. Like
TVs in the headrest are a must.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna give you some tips on traveling with kids for real. We and not just like flying, but like we've done road trips. In 2020, we took our kids.
Oh man.
He's making a mess now. He's making this. He's spilly pants. Tim's the spilly pants. So in 2020, we took the kids with us and we drove to Miami with the kids in the car, and they were wonderful. We stopped in New York. We stopped in North Carolina. Like we stopped in all kinds of places. Like our kids travel really well. I know a lot of people, their kids don't travel well, and
our kids anticipate the travel. They anticipate the different. They love eating at different restaurants. They love staying in hotels.
I don't know if it's because we really have traveled with our kids since they were little. Well, for the last 9 years. So we've traveled for a solid 9 years with our kids, like a lot. And I do think because of that, they are really well traveled. They love to pack up their bags. They anticipate so. We do give them, let them have their iPads or their phones. Like, they will sit on them and veg out for a long time on those drives. But
I'm just eating eggs off my pants.
Tim's eating eggs off his pants because he spilt them all over his pants. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you can dress them up, but you can't take them out. That's right, Teresa. So a must though, we love our, okay, disclaimer, and I'm going to say we because Tim loves it too, we love our minivan. We love our minivan. We will vouch for a minivan all day long. So much so that we convinced our brother and his girlfriend to get a minivan, and now they're minivan people and they love their minivan. When you have a minivan, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Once you go minivan, you don't go back.
Once you go minivan, you won't go back. If you know, you know. Because when you get over the stigma of a minivan, because a lot of people are like, oh, you got a minivan. You know, I'll never drive a minivan. It's like, you know what? I didn't want to drive a minivan either because my mom always had a minivan, and I would actually not go pick up my friends in the minivan because I didn't want to drive the minivan that bad. At 16 years old, I was like, nope, I just won't go get my friends. I'm not driving that thing, right? But that was all in my head. That was all mindset, because now that here's the thing, if you have 2 kids, don't worry about the minivan, it's fine. You can get away with a nice SUV, no problem. You can get away with anything because there's 2 doors. As soon as you get the 3rd kid or more, non-negotiable, get the minivan. Because especially the one, we like our Pacifica because it's a stow and go, so one of the seats goes down underneath, which is amazing because we leave it down all the time, so we have an extra open spot back here. So when the kids are in it, Eva sits here and the 2 boys in the back, and then to get in and out of the van, it's like seamless coming in and out of that van. All the room, they change in here in the winter time, in the summertime, they're changing or putting their shoes, like you sit down, you stand up. It is beautiful, best thing. And then if they have friends that need to come, you can just literally put the seat up.
People were like, why do your kids change so much?
Well, it's just changing, getting things off your feet, the salt, the sand. It's just camping, this and that, all the things. It makes so much more, it feels more roomy than you're cramped in all these seats with everyone sitting with their knees up behind you. It just gives everybody leg room. The boys, like, their legs stretch out. It is the best thing. So minivan, but minivan with stow and go. Because minivan without stow and go, you still have the fold down seat, and to crawl over that is rather annoying. So I'm going to be even more specific and say minivan with the stow and go seating. You can't beat it, and I will vouch for it till I'm blue in the face.
That's the only reason why you got a Pacifico, because we were going to get you a Sienna or that new Mercedes one. But none of those have the stow and go.
Right. We looked at so many vans, and I said, show me whatever versions have that seat that goes under.
Well, this is only one because
it's patented to this brand. So because I could have gone for another one that's the seat comes all the way out. But the thing is, if you're somewhere and need to pick somebody up or last minute, oh, hi, that's cool. That just fell off the thing. So if the seat is in your garage and
hashtag real life.
Right, hashtag real life. So if your seat's in the garage and you need to pick somebody up last minute and you're not near your garage, you don't have the seat. But with the stow and go seat, it's already in there. So you can just pull it up and you got your seat. Can't be beat. You'll never not convince me that the stow and go seating is not the best thing on earth.
Brought to you by Halifax Chrysler Dodge.
Yes. So that is my
and pharmacy.
Yes. So that does lead to traveling with kids, because when we do our road trips, we do a lot of road trips. We drive with our kids a lot. In the summertime, we drive everywhere. We drive all around the province. We drive to PEI, the Maritimes. We road trip all the time. And so having this stow and go seating for the kids, amazing. And when we drove all the way down to, we ended up going, how far did we go? We went to Key Largo. Okay, there we go.
So
okay.
Yeah, Key West was as far as we went.
Yeah, so we drove down to Key West in the van with the kids. And we lived out of our van. We all had one suitcase. And I remember I had a cooler in here that was plugged in. We had a travel cooler, so you plug it in. So if you had milk or anything like drinks or things that you wanted to keep cold, cheeses, whatever it is, we had a small cooler that plugs into the compartment here, or to the plug, and everything stayed cool. So that is a great tip if you're road tripping with kids and you need something to stay cool. That plug-in cooler is the best. So we lived out of our van because we stayed at people's houses, we stayed in hotels, but we namely were in this van like all the time. And the kids did fantastic for 2.5 months.
Oh.
We were like traveling nomads.
not to change the subject, and it's not changing the subject too much,
But
but part of traveling with kids is dealing with the expense. Traveling
Yes.
with 3 kids
Yeah.
can be expensive, especially
Yep.
when you have to eat all the time. So
Right.
what did you do?
Oh, he's gonna go there. So for me, our kids lived off of peanut butter jam sandwich and apple slices. So I pack. You guys, here's another pro tip: traveling with kids. Here's what I did. I packed myself a nice size cutting board. Okay, like a decent sized cutting board, and everybody gets their own pillows. Everybody gets their own blanket, because if the temperature changes, hot or cold, people always have a blanket and feel cozy, and they always have a pillow for their head. So every kid gets a blanket and pillow when we go on a road trip. If we're traveling more than an hour and a half, I tell everybody, pack your pillow, pack your blanket, because if they get tired and they want to crash, it's comfortable because they have a nice pillow to sleep on. So pro tip, pillow and a blanket for every kid, because if you do one blanket, they're pulling it, they're fighting over it. Nope. Everyone gets their own travel blanket, everyone gets their own pillow. And it's like their pillows from their bed, because they're big and bulky and they're easy to lay against on the windows in the van. So pillow and blanket. I would pack a really nice size cutting board that I packed my own pillow. So if I wanted to sleep, I put the pillow on my lap, and then I would put the cutting board on the pillow for stabilize. And I would cut up apple slices, and I'd pack a couple bowls, like plastic bowls, so that I would give each kid a bowl of apple slices. I'd pass them back. I'd be giving them apple slices, and I'd have like these little travel plates that are rounded, and I would put like peanut butter on them and some crackers, and I would make them little plates, and they don't spill, because these little plates are kind of rounded so they don't spill. So I'd pass back the apples, the slices, the whatever, their little snack, and each kid gets a little snack. So I would have everything up here with me in the front. I have a bag up front of snacks like peanut butter and apples and all these things. We had the cooler packed with fruits and veggies and some drinks like milk or whatever they needed, like apple juices, or if they open something you don't want to go sour, so we had the cooler for things that open and don't want to go sour. So helpful. We can travel for days like that. Days, because any gas station, corner store, you can grab a bag of, I'd always be grabbing bread, I'd always be grabbing peanut butter or jam, apples, and then I would have their little snacks. That's what they get in the car, and they just know in the car. They would ask her, they're like, you have peanut butter jam sandwich? I'm like, yep, peanut butter jam sandwich it is. Because when we'd stop at restaurants, we'd eat normal food.
What do you do for those who have peanut allergies?
Well, pack what you pack, if you need. If maybe your almond butter, maybe your wow butter, maybe
so don't put your
Okay, so we're just going through a dead spot. All right, so that's another pro tip. Like when you're road tripping with the kids, having that cooler, like the plug-in one is best because it's small and it's like you plug it in and it goes. It's really nice. Hi! This is the best live ever, you guys.
Why don't you put that up properly?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You usually wet that.
Oh, you're supposed to wet it. Okay.
Usually.
Well, there we go. It's fine. Anyways.
It's fine.
It's fine. So yeah, so that is a trick there, like traveling with the kids. That's what we've done when we road trip. If in the summertime, anywhere we go, we always have snacks and, like I said, peanut butter jam sandwiches. Because if they're hungry, throw their peanut butter jam sandwiches and apple slices. They're good for a couple hours. They are good, right?
And this only applies to people with 3 kids.
Too.
No, I'm going.
Oh, you're going somewhere different. Okay. Okay.
One thing we found is buy $80 single blow-up mattress, automatic blow-up mattress.
Yeah.
When you have 3 kids, because otherwise it gets real expensive when you have to get the second room and or a family suite.
Right. So this is what we do, because we have a family of 5, and most hotels accommodate families of 4. And you can take the chance that the hotel you have is going to have a cot.
You can't have a chance of fun half the time.
Half the time they have a cot, half the time they don't.
Or they don't allow it.
Whatever. So what we did is $80. We got a single blow-up mattress. It's an extra thick one. Goes extra deep. Nice velvet top on it. And it's a single mattress size. And it's perfect because it's as tall as the beds of the hotels. So Eva, we put her in between. Usually there's 2 beds. the single mattress will fit perfectly in between the beds normally.
Between two queens or two
in between
doubles.
two queens or two doubles. It fits right in between, so it makes almost like a big bed all across the whole hotel room. But like we stick her in the center between everybody, and if it's a too low of a mattress, she feels too low. But since we have that super double thick mattress, it makes her up high, so we're all like the same level in the bed, and so it gives her It's slightly lower, but it's high enough that it's not like right down low, like one little mattress down to the ground. It's really thick, and she comes up really high. So we travel with that. We even on planes, we travel on planes with that. We just put it in the above, like it's a carry-on. We take that travel mattress with us, and it is a godsend because we never know if there's going to be cots available, or they might not allow a fifth person. We just say we have 4 and put her in. And there's always room somewhere, even if it's not in between the beds, somewhere in the hotel room, there's a spot for that mattress.
The key is you don't tell the hotel.
But yeah, just don't.
Except if you're in Mexico and all-inclusive, you kind of have to, so.
Yeah.
It's not good for all-inclusives because they got to eat.
They have to eat, yeah. All-inclusives, you have to tell them because they count by the heads. But normally, so that's a little trick if you're traveling with more than 2 kids. Take that blow-up air mattress. It will save your life. Oh, look, somehow I got balloons.
Oh my God, it scared me. I was like, I thought that was my rear view mirror.
Like, where'd those balloons come from?
Where the hell did those balloons come from?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get an accident.
Yeah. So,
thanks for almost causing an accident.
Sorry.
I thought there's balloons in my rear view mirror.
Sorry. So traveling with the mattress is such a good tip. We will take it not just on the plane, but we will put it in the back trunk if we're road tripping, just because we never know where we end up sometimes.
What if you're just tripping, boo?
Or if we're, whatever, we just take it with us. So, and for camping, if you go camping with kids and a large family, we have a two-lay. You can see right here in this ceiling, this is open right now to the top. This is a sunroof. You can see through the sunroof here, there's a black here, it's black. That's a two-lay we have on top. So that's extra storage, like right on top of the van. So sleeping bags, camping chairs, all that stuff. We learned that the hard way because we would camp with our kids and shove everything in between their feet, and they'd have camping gear. And on top of them, camping gear would be all over them. Right? They'd be like traveling with camping gear on them. We got the two-lay, and now everything fits in the trunk and then up in the two-lay, and they still have their nice open space back there. It's wonderful. So that is a game changer. Woo! It's telling you to brake. Game changer is that two-lay, so that's another tip. If you can afford one of those things, you get one of those. That is awesome. So yeah, so I just feel like a lot of people ask us a lot, like, how do you travel so many kids? Or over the years we've gotten, comments and inquiries just about, because we travel a lot, and we've always, at least the last 10 years, we've traveled the most we've ever traveled in our entire life, the last 10 years, and the kids have been present for most of that. And so yes, sometimes they don't come, but for the majority of the big trips they do. We're going to Turkey with them in August. We're going to France with them in May. Like, we have a lot of trips coming up. There's going to be Mexico, Miami. There's all kinds of trips that are happening, and now that the kids are getting older, they do still like to come. It's a lot easier.
I just had this conversation with a coworker last night, and the fact that you have to be careful what you wish for, because the only thing we ever wanted to do was travel with our kids. That's all we do. Yeah. And the good part about that is, or the bad part about that is, part of the traveling is that they love trying different foods, different restaurants, different ethnicity of types of foods. They love it all. And anytime we ask them where they want to eat, it's always somewhere. Well, it's not McDonald's, let's put it this way.
Our kids are developing a really expensive palate for eating.
Yes. And in terms of, so that's great. That's great.
They are adventurous. Like, they had escargot and they loved it.
I mentioned that last night too. I said how Logan, we were in Quebec, and I said, where do you want to go? He's like, I just want some French food. I was like, well, let's go to a French restaurant, like a legitimate French restaurant. And it was like, it was kind high-end French restaurant. And I was going to laugh because I thought they were going to get in there.
And they wouldn't want to order anything.
They wouldn't want to order anything because it was so foreign. But what they ended up ordering, I remember it was like these high-end steaks, which I'm not sure how French that was, but then they ordered the escargot to go with it.
Yeah, and each one of them loved it.
They ate it all.
They loved the escargot.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I can appreciate the palate. That's great stuff. But also part of the traveling is that the downside to it is that since I gave them more travel than I had when I was a child, they won't appreciate it like I did when I was a child. Or like, of course, if I say, hey, let's go to Turkey or Dubai, they're going to be all for it.
Right.
Or even France. But if we were to say, hey, do you guys want to go to Toronto? I don't. Like, even if I said
think they would enjoy
Toronto Wonderland, that they.
But I think they would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't.
They're kind of like, maybe, yeah. Well, when's it gonna be? Or
do you think though that they'd say that, or they go, oh yeah, they get excited?
They did last time. They're like, yeah, I guess so.
Because it's Toronto.
Yeah.
Would you still go? Oh yay!
Or,
are you excited to go to Toronto?
I don't know. I guess they still get excited to go to PEI.
They do. They love PEI. Our kids love PEI. Love.
I don't know. They just don't seem to get excited as normal kids would if they're going to like Magic Mountain, Wonderland, somewhat PEI. Eva loves PEI. The boys are.
Logan loves PEI.
I don't know.
I think that you're just putting your own stipulation mindset on that, because I don't know if I believe that.
Okay.
Because I think travel is travel.
Remember Logan said, hey, can we just stay home and
because we were traveling so much, he wanted to stay home.
Spend time in the house that we built?
Yeah, he did say that. Because at one point we traveled so much and he just wanted to be home because we were traveling so much. And he's like, I just want to stay home. I think that was after we were gone for like 2.5 months.
That's possible.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyways, our biggest why of why we do the business we do and why we work so hard, and it's what we always wanted before we even started doing our network marketing gigs in the past 10 years. We always said we wanted to travel ourselves, and when we have kids, we want to bring them into that. That is what we always wanted to do with our kids, is travel. And we have been living our dream. We have been living it.
This is the perfect outlet for that. Everyone has different aspirations, dreams of what they want to do, like in terms of life, and ours was primarily to travel with our kids. Mm-hmm. And this is probably one of the best ways. It's the way we found, but it's also, I think, one of the best ways, because the one thing I learned about being employed, like in a traditional job, is that yes, I could work more to afford to take my kids on trips, but the problem is the working more is not an answer to the solution, because working more, you get taxed more, you make less and less per unit worked, mm-hmm. the more you work.
Right.
So it is hard to get ahead. Yes, you will make more money, but there comes a point of like no returns.
Yeah.
Or receding returns, I should say.
Yeah.
So if you work 40 hours a week and you're getting by and you want to take your kids on that extra vacation, so you work 50 hours a week, well, how much more can you work than that? 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week?
Right.
You burn out.
I like this business model because you can work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? Like, it really, you can build your teams and you help people with their goals. And
I just had this conversation today. I was at I get my hair cut.
Yeah.
And he said, are you going away soon? I was like, well, I'm going to PEI, and I'm going to Miami in 2 weeks. He's like, oh, that's cool. He goes, is that for business? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's too bad. And I'm like, well, no, because I incorporate my pleasure into my business. I enjoy my business. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what we do as a team. I enjoy what I do as a solo. I enjoy the places I go while I'm there. Mm-hmm. And because I'm doing business, it's a business expense.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's not about trying to make more money to afford these trips, because it comes out of your earning potential in your business.
Right. It's like it's business expenses when we travel. We love traveling. This is probably one of the most favorite parts of doing this business and being in a leadership position that we're in, is traveling to do events and see the teams. Like right now we're traveling to PEI. We have an event tomorrow. And then, like, we have teams out in Calgary. I can't wait to go out and see them and do an event with them.
Right.
Or Toronto, Montreal, or down in Florida. Like, wherever our teams are at, like, we really, this is what I love, is going to meet our teams all over and doing events with them to help them build their teams. I remember back in our last company, we did a cross Canada tour where we took the kids, they were really little, and we went all up, like, we did all the major stops all the way across Canada to do the events. And then didn't we try to move there at the very end of it?
Well, yeah, and we gave ourselves 2 days.
We gave ourselves 2 days to pack back up and
I
then fly back out.
remember the exact spot. So we decided, we went across Canada, we ended up in BC, we said, you know what, it'd be really nice to live here.
Yeah.
It's like, well, let's live here. And it's like, well, we'll have to do it before the kids start school, September 9th.
Right.
But we had, in our last company, we had a director summit in Arizona on September 7th, or it ended September 7th.
Yeah.
Like, it was like from the 5th to the 7th. So on the 7th, I said, well, in order to get to BC, once we get home on the 7th, we have 2 days to pack up and get to BC before school starts.
Right.
And so we got home from Arizona, packed up. That's when everyone got a suitcase.
Everyone had one suitcase.
We don't normally do a one suitcase per person. That was only this one time.
Because we were going across, and we were going.
Because we're moving.
We thought we were moving. We told our parents we were going for like 3 months or something to like help our team, but had the anticipation we were actually moving.
I think we told people we were moving. We told the kids we were just visiting.
Logan thought he was going on a vacation. I asked his perspective of it because we enrolled them in a school. They went to Dogwood Elementary in Surrey. Like, we actually enrolled them in school. We were in an apartment. Like, we were there and we were intending to stay for a long time. And Logan just thought we were on vacation, and because it was a long vacation, he had to go to school on the vacation. That's what he thought. He was grade like probably 5 at the time, and Liam was probably grade 3 or something.
I just remember we left the house. I said, yeah, everyone gets one large suitcase, and whatever you get to bring, whatever fits into it. That's it.
Yeah, everyone got to pick whatever they wanted in the suitcase. That was it. That was so funny. Anyways, that's how we did that. So we'd actually packed the kids up, enrolled them in school. Now, when we took the kids out of school for 2.5 months in 2020 during the pandemic, they were out of school. Were they in school then, or they were?
No, we just took them out.
We took them out of school, and we homeschooled them, and
that was the complicated. We took them out because we thought we were going to be a month.
Right.
It ended up being 3 months. And they got kicked out of school.
Yeah, we didn't plan on going for 3 months. We were only going to go for a couple weeks to maybe a month at the most. We ended up leaving for 2.5 months, and the teachers unenrolled them from the school because they're like, you have to enroll them at homeschooling now because they've missed too much school.
That's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story. But we were homeschooling them with online courses and the books for their age appropriate schooling. So people that might ask, how do you travel with kids when they're in school? At the time when we did it, we did online schooling. And we did, their curriculum in their books and stuff like that. And they every night we would do some homework and they would do some stuff. And we'd get them to do assignments. Like when we would go visit things, like we went to visit the Washington Memorial and we got them to make history papers. We got them to draw what you saw, tell us any facts you remember about. We would talk to them and teach them history and then make them repeat make them do a little paper on it. So we did little things like that when we would go visit things like the Empire State Building. What is that? Why is it important? Or what is it? Or we
Ground Zero.
We took them to Ground Zero. We talked to them about it and what was it about. So like we would try to incorporate learning when we're on the road for an extended period of time. But now that they're older and they're in school, and school's like, Logan's going to high school, so he needs to be home more. So we try to adjust the travels around their school schedule, or they don't come right now. We'll do our travel more in the summertime, or obviously talk to the teachers if it's going to be more than a week or two. But we try to keep the kids' well-being for their school forefront if we're traveling as a family. If not, me or Tim will go on the trip. We go on our trip without them. But yeah, so it's...
That was actually Logan's decision. Yeah. I was okay with pulling them out.
Oh, I was okay with pulling them out too. Logan's the only one. Liam and Eva don't care. They'll go anywhere. They'll do whatever. Logan, it's really important to him, his marks, and it's really important for him. So he's getting at that age where he really cares about that. So we accommodate for that. But yeah, it's definitely a juggle. Every trip is different. Every scenario is different. it's hard to say one blanket statement overall, but these are all little things that we've done along the way in our journey of traveling with kids, and whether it's planes or road trips.
Planes, trains, or automobiles?
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah, things like that. So we took the kids on a trip on a train before. That was so much fun. We took them to Truro just as an overnight trip. We said, hey kids, we're going to go on a train. And we just took them overnight to Truro, slept over in a hotel, and then drove back home. Or we took the train back home.
I don't remember taking the train back home. That's the funny part. I remember taking it there. Well, we could have got picked up by my parents. I don't know.
Though. No. We took it back, I'm pretty sure.
That's when I remember that part.
But yeah. But anyways, so that's all. We just wanted to share. That was a fun little topic I wanted to talk about because I'm traveling today. And I know I'm not traveling with the kids today, but we are traveling, and it made me think about all the times we do travel and when our kids are with us, and how people do often ask about what do we do with the kids, like what do you do with kids?
I want to see if I can find some of my pictures, because I always took pictures of you cutting up apples.
I know, I'm always cutting up apples. Like, that's a classic Amy photo, is when we are on the road, on a road trip, me cutting up apples and peanut butter. It's like on every photo. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our little episode. We will download it and put it up on YouTube. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you can find out more episodes. There's all kinds of topics we talk about. We keep it real and raw. And we just share all the ins and outs and the things that you don't see behind closed doors with Tim and Amy Murphy. Thanks, guys. Bye.